Welcome back to my channel, everybody. I've been going through my newly acquired G.I. Joe collection. I've previously done the Snake Eyes special edition figure when that came out. I just did a Roadblock 2 videos ago. Scarlet was my last video, and now we're going to concentrate on Duke. Like I said, I pre-ordered these from Amazon. I was a little bit disappointed when on the day that I was supposed to receive them, I got a notice telling me, hey, these aren't coming for a while. And then the next thing I know, they showed shipped and they came. So pretty stoked that they showed up only a couple of days after they were originally intended. So here they are, and it's fantastic. And as you also know, if you've been watching my videos, I've been showing off the classic figures that I have that sort of go along with those figures. So in that respect, I have this G.I. Joe, which I believe is Duke, and somebody can leave me in the comments. This guy's got like brown hair, and I didn't bother looking him up for this video, but I'm pretty sure this is a Duke figure. Just because he looks so similar, but I am absolutely sure that this is Duke. Now, I have this original Duke, and he's almost complete, and he's in really good condition. The only problem is this figure right here has started to harden right around the back of the feet. So if I try to put him into a stand, those are going to break. And then I'm going to show you the G.I. Joe 12-inch talking Duke with the fuzzy hair. This guy's balding a little bit. I know there's a way to fix that. I'm going to look that up one day. So this has got the Kungfu Grip. This is a late 90s or early 90s, I think, figure. So he doesn't really have all the flexing you can do. He's got that like knee with the cracking knee joint, so he's got some arthritis going. But this guy talks.
Pop Flint, pop smoke on Distro at the LZ. Distro. Hawk, intercept that Cobra jet at the checkpoint. Stalker, intercept Distro at the checkpoint. Pop smoke on that Cobra squad.
So I've had this figure for a long time. I'm surprised he still talks just based on the push button. I'm going to stick him kind of in the background. But we're not talking about 12-inch. We're not talking about 3.75-inch. We're talking about the 6-inch scale G.I. Joe Classified series that they just released. Now, of course, there's the Duke in the package. He's clean cut. He's a regular Joe. He's got his rifle, machine gun there. He's got a pistol. Right, he's got his backpack with a shovel, and he is number 4. And on the side of his package, you can see his artwork is, there he is fighting Cobra, but we don't have a Cobra yet, and there he is sneaking up on something in the shadows. So here's the standard artwork that's on the back of the Duke package. It's in color, it's super awesome. On the special edition Snake Eyes, it was in black. It's the same artwork. It's a black and silver. It's the same artwork, only this was in full color. It's the same as what's on the other packages. The interesting thing to me now that I've gotten to Duke is that the Snake Eyes was 00. Roadblock is number 1. Scarlet is number 5, and Duke is number 4. So who are number 2 and number 3? And I'm guessing that there's a all black Snake Eyes that comes in a box like this that he's coming out. He may be number 2, or Destro may be number 2 because they've already announced that figure. So like I said in an earlier video, what I'm hoping is that we get maybe a Cobra Commander and or a Baroness, which would really even things out a little bit because you got like 4 heroes here and you're only going to have Destro. And you really need a couple more villains. So Cobra Commander, Baroness would be really good additions. I think we could look forward to maybe, it would have been the Comic-Con exclusive. So we'll see how they end up releasing whatever they had planned for Comic-Con this year. Hopefully it'll be one of those 2 figures. I think it would be super awesome, or maybe even a double pack. Anyways, let's open this figure up and take a closer look. Okay, so we're talking about Duke, and the first thing we want to do is talk about his backpack. Here's his backpack, and of course it's got his 2 canteens and a shovel on it, which I think is pretty similar to what we had way back in the day with the vintage, because there's the backpack with the shovel, and it doesn't have like those 2 canteens or anything on it, but it does have like these packs down at the bottom and like a sleeping blanket. And I think you got something similar here, because you got like these packs here, and you got like something rolled up right there over the top. This is really annoying. So there you go. You got a really nice backpack, and of course this is going to just like slide in on a post. There's a hole in the back of like Duke. So anyways, he's got a little scope, like a night vision scope, right? And it also has like a little post, so I'm sure it just sticks in somewhere. There's the little eyepiece. And then you got like his pistol, which is kind of nice because it's actually 2-tone, so it's got like good paint job on it. I like some of the detail up here. It looks really good. And then you got his machine gun, which has that same sort of bluish right here on the bottom, which makes me think it's supposed to be maybe some sort of a pulse rifle, similar to like what Roadblock has. So that's his accessories, and let's talk about the Duke. So let's take a closer look at the Duke's face. It looks pretty good. I really do like that scar right there. Really gives him some character. He's got a real nice haircut going on. Really nice haircut. He's got his uniform, right? He does not really wearing any like shoulder guards or anything like Scarlet has, or the things that like Snake Eyes has. But he has like some design in his uniform, which makes it pretty good. So he does have the upper waist just like everybody else, turn at the waist, the legs, right? He can really do a side kick if he wanted to. He's got the double jointed knees. He's got full flexibility in his feet. They rotate, right? And they tilt forward, backwards. Here's the thing with these like shin guards. It does prevent a little bit of the foot from moving too far forward, but I don't think that's going to hinder him too much. He does have that rotation just under the hip, under the knee, just above, and he's got a lot of movement in his head because he has nothing really restricting him. And you can see that his head moves in 2 places, right down below here and up under here. So he can really get, right, like if he was taking a punch, oh my gosh, he just took a punch. So he's got this little loose piece. He's got the gloves on with some good detail. He's got his watch right there. I don't know if that watch should be red or black so that it more covert. He does have 1 elbow pad here. I guess he's planning on falling on that elbow a lot. And he does have that same articulation in the shoulder so that he can get a reach back, kind of, right? I think Roadblock's reach back was the best so far. So let's deck him out with his gear. So first thing is the pistol goes into the side holster. It's pretty good. It holds it back. You got this little night vision. You can see in his belt here, he's got like a little notch, and of course there's the little notch. So that would just click into his belt, right? And then I noticed like on some of the other figures, they actually have a hole in the back of this belt. And you can see right here, it looks like that's what maybe it was intended to be, a hole in the belt, but it doesn't look like it was punched through. So I'm not gonna punch it, but I'm wondering if that was just, they forgot to punch that hole in the belt, because some of the other figures have the hole where you put the backpack through the hole, and this kind of holds in place once it's in there. So then I'm gonna throw this rifle in his hand. You know what would have been kind of a nice touch on this rifle is if his magazine also came out similar to the Roadblock rifle, and that would have just been like one more little accessory piece. I mean, one more piece that potentially could have got lost, but there you go. He looks pretty good, kind of decked out. Here he is getting ready to call his team for an advance. there you have it for now. G.I. Joe Classified series along with their vintage figures. These are really fantastic. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, I highly recommend that you pick them up. Thanks for tuning into my channel, everybody. Here it is, the G.I. Joe Classified series. Once again, I really appreciate you taking the time to check out my videos. If you like them, please give me a thumbs up. If you feel like it, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel. You can see anything that I put out. I may end up doing some stop motion movies with these figures, similar to what I did with my 12-inch G.I. Joes, you know, not a few years ago. Now that they're coming out with some, I can blend them in with some of my maybe Marvel Legends and stuff like that. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I just want to give a shout out to my lighting guy. And hopefully you'll come back and check out a few more of my videos. Thanks, everybody.